Friends, how are you? Today we're going to revisit a wonderful song by Dolly Parton that goes like this. Jolene, 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 I'm begging of you, please don't take my man. I'll have to put my blonde wig on and stuff a couple of balloons up my shirt in order to get the full impersonation correct, but in the meantime you'll have to just bear with me. Right, what are we going to do? We're going to play the beautiful riff. There's two guitarists on the record. The main riff is played by a great session guy called Chip Young. What a great name. A Nashville guitarist. This record was made in 1973, and of course Dolly Parton wrote the song, but like with many other great songs, they always had great session players to work on them. In this instance, a fella called Chip Young played the wonderful riff that goes with it, which is dead easy because it's just one chord. I'll explain that in a sec. It really is one chord. Dolly Parton would have gone in with him and done this. And that's not to put Dolly Parton down. She wrote the song, which is the most important thing of all. You can always get a good guitar player to play on it. You can't always get somebody to write you a great song, all right? She was a great songwriter, still is a great songwriter. So Chip Young played the main riff, and another fella called Wayne Moss, he played the second guitar in like the verses, the simpler parts. And together they made this wonderful, wonderful song. It's been covered by loads of people. Olivia Newton-John, White Stripes have even done it. Who else was there? Miley Cyrus, of course, she did it recently. So we're going to nail this one. Before we go any further, download your free idiot proof. Why idiot proof? Because you'd have to be an idiot not to understand how to play this. I write these things out for myself, by the way, so any of you new subscribers, don't take offense. I do these for me, and I'm now going to share them with you. All right, you can do whatever you want with these. You can share them to whoever you like. I don't care. They're all free. You'll find them in the description box under this video. Now if you can't see them, just click the more button, and maybe there's a bit more blurb, but you'll see them there. It's a blue link. Click on that, open in Safari or whatever it is, and download the stuff. All right, it's all free, as I say. You're not going to have to pay for anything. And the layout for the song as well is here. So all the bits that we need to play it are there. Before I go any further, please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. Please click the thumbs up, because that really, really does help the channel get out there to the masses. I'm surprised at how important that is. And again, thank you very much for the donations that you supplied to pay for my tea and my coffee and biscuits. All right, so thank you for that. Very much appreciated, as always. Right, let's look at this riff, shall we? We're doing it in bits. Capo 4th fret. First of all, quick overview for those who are new to the channel. I don't know what this idiot-proof paperwork is about. There's your capo at the 4th fret. Why the 4th? Because that's the capo position that they use on the record. This is exactly as they're going to play it on the record. All right. So there's our shape. You'll notice it's just pieces of A minor. There's a shape here with no fingers on at all. It's not a mistake by me. That's open strings. I keep telling you about open strings. It's in everything. These numbers down here are telling you what strings you're going to strike whilst playing each particular shape. All right, we'll get to it. Anything in a bracket, you'll play the strings together, and anything that's just on its own, you'll play on its own. All right, so let's look at the shape 1. First of all, little rule of the fingers. Finger 1 will always play string 3. Finger 2 will always play string 2, and finger 3 will always play string 1. The rule does change now and again, but in this song we're going to stick to that particular rule. All right, and we're going to do 2 very simple picks. All right, first one is the riff, the bit that sold the record for me. The bit that would have made me want to go out and buy it is the bit we're going to learn first, which is this bit. All right, so that's what we're going to do. So first shape, A minor shape, nice easy one. You'll all know that, of course you do. Take off your first finger. What's the name of that chord? Don't know, don't care, doesn't matter. I think it's an A sus2, but I've just called it A minor because it's all around A minor. All right. So what are we going to do? We're going to play, if you look down below that one shape, fingers off, so we're all set up. We're going to play 5, 3, 4, 2, 5, because that's what it says directly below that shape, and it's referring to the strings. 5, 3, 4, 2, 5. Done. On to the next shape. If you look down below, you'll see the A minor shape, and it's got little circles around it with the word hammer on next to it, with little arrows put to all those 3 fingers. Look down below, it says 4 and 2 hammer on, and then a 5. So we're going to bring our fingers off the A minor shape, and we're going to strike strings 4 and 2 because that's what it says to do in the bracket, but we're going to hammer them all on. Even though we're only going to hit 4 and 2 here, we're going to hammer them all on, because you will hear a little bit of when you hammer it on, okay? And they're the little subtleties that tablature won't tell you, all right? This is why this is important, all right? And tab gives you so much information, but nowhere near enough, all right? So we're going to 4 and 2, hammer on with all 3 fingers, and then a 5. Da-dum-bum, da-da-bum. Put those 2 bits together. We've got 5, 3, 4, 2, 5. Hammer 5. A little bit of pace. Third shape. No, he hasn't made a mistake. We actually play the 2 and the 4 with no hand on. We can all do that one, can't we? So let's add that to the mix. 5, 3, 4, 2, 5, 4 and 2, 5, 2, 4. I'll try not to say it, try to play it. Alright, we're almost to the end of the riff now. We put our fingers back on the A minor, look above it, look at what it says, it's saying pull off, and it's telling all 3 fingers are going to pull off. But again, if you look down below, you're only going to actually strike the 4 and the 2 with your fingers. You're going to pull them all off, but you're only going to play these 2 strings, 4 and 2. Okay, because you're going to get a little bit of that 3rd string playing because of the fact that you're pulling that off as well. But you're going to, the emphasis is on the 4 and 2 here. And then to finish the riff, we play 4 and 2, 4 and 3, and below that 4 and 3 it says open, meaning no fingers on. Put the 4 parts together, we have this. I'll do it slowly. 5, 3, 4, 2, 5. 4 and 2 hammer. 5, 2, 4. Fingers on. Pull off. 4, 3. Now, what you have to do now is you've got to get the rhythm of the piece in your head. Seagulls. I live by the sea. Obviously, hence the name Seagull. Oh, forget it. So, I'll do it again. Dubba dubba dum da da dubba dum da ga dubba dubba dum da ga dum da ga dubba dubba dum da ga dubba dum. Have you noticed that every note that we play either falls on a downbeat or a half beat? Okay. What does that mean? Well, if you're playing it with a pleck, a downbeat would be a downstroke of the pleck, and an upstroke would be an offbeat, a half beat. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 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 dubba dubba dum dubba. Looks like a little dinosaur. 1 and 2 and 3, 1 and 2 and 3 and da 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 da. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and okay, 2 bars. Now that's your riff. Done. You're gonna use that whenever the singing stops, whenever there's a gap in the singing. We'll fill the little hole with that riff as they do on the record. Look at page 2. Now page 2, it gives you the chorus. Jolene, 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 Jolene. Can't hit that note. And as I said to you before, this is played by, the other guitar is played by a fellow called Wayne Moss, and it's a pretty simple pattern that he's playing, because the other guy's playing some twiddly bits on top of that. And great players never play too much if there's more than one. Okay, so what are we going to do? Those of you who played Landslide by Fleetwood Mac a couple of weeks ago will recognise this pick immediately because it's the same. All right, look down below, you're on page 2, it says chorus. You've got, we're on a full A minor, 5, 3, 4, 2, 5, 3, 4, 3. Now on that 3, the last 3, it says open, so you will bring that finger off and play that string with that finger off. While are we playing it open? Because we're on our way to the next chord, which is a C. Let's put a little count underneath that so you know where you are. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 bar. To C, add your third finger to the 5th string of the 3rd fret now. Look at the pick, exactly the same. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. And on the last and after the 4, it says open again, so bring your fingers off to a G. Bass note has now moved to the 6th string. Same pick, exactly the same. 6, 3, 4, 2, 6, 3, 4, 3. We don't need to say off on the 3rd string at the end there, because it's already off. Back to the A minor. 5, 3, 4, 2, 5, 3, 4, 3. Why didn't we come off? Moving on to page 3, because we're still on A minor. We're going to do it again. 5, 3, 4, 2, 5, 3, 4, 3. Off this time because we're moving to G. 6, 3, 4, 2, 6, 3, 4, 3, 6, 2, 4, 3. Sorry, 6, 3, 4, 2, 6, 3, 4, 3. I'll play it all together. You can embellish this pick later on and put more little bits in if you want, but I've chosen the landslide style picking, the one that Lindsey Buckingham played, because if you look at the first 3 notes that we play on the riff, it's exactly the same as, so we know we're in the same. Don't forget, we're trying to do 2 parts at once here. We're trying to play the part of the guitar 1 that Chip Young played, and we're trying to play the part that Wayne Moss played, and we don't want it to sound too fragmented. Okay, so it's important that we keep we're trying to play 1 part together, all right? So with the riff, verse or chorus. And that's basically everything we need to know pick-wise. Now, where do all the little bits go? Because that's the important thing. Well, if you look at this sheet now, this is a layout. And what I've done is I've given you a couple of verses and the chorus and the riff, of course. Now, the riff, you'll see at the top, it says riff and it's got 2 A minors. How does that correlate to what I just played? Well, each riff comprises of 2 bars, meaning 2 counts of 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So there's the riff. Once there, the 2 bars, A minor and A minor, and we do it 4 times. We play that 4 times, that riff, and then we go into our chorus. We've got our A minor 1 bar, C, G. When we get back to the A minor, it says riff next to it once, so we'll play the riff there. We'll play the basic chords here, G, G, and then we've got the riff again, and it says twice. So we've got from Jolene, I won't try and sing it because it's too high. We've got A minor, C, G to the riff, once, G to the riff twice. I'll have a go at singing. Don't laugh at me if I can't hit the notes. Jolene, 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 I'm begging of you, please don't take my man. Jolene, 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 please don't take him just because you can. Now verse 1, you may say, well, he hasn't given me anything for the verses. Well, it's the same. You just play the same thing. Your beauty is beyond compare with flaming locks of auburn hair and ivory skin and eyes of emerald, riff twice green. Your smile is like a breath of spring, your voice is like the summer rain. get a bit more snazzy with it, you can sort of you put little bits in. You can put all those little fiddly bits in, but for now, I want you to learn how to play it in a nice, civilized way, nice and simple, so you can't get lost. All right, so do that one. As I say, I've done this one before. I did it about 4 years ago, and I sort of recirculated it. But 4 years ago, I didn't know the channel was going to be doing anything. I just used to put them together for a laugh, or just something to do, because I was bored shitless, to be honest with you. And it was when the pandemic was on. But I've taken a bit more time on the paperwork on this one, so if you add the old one, upload the new paperwork, because you'll find this a little bit more in depth, and it's got this. The other one doesn't have this, so use this one. Right, there we are. That's Jolene. Now, if you're a bloke and you want to sing it, you know, Jolene, 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 I'm begging of you, please don't make my man. Or can you say woman if it's too high still? Jolene, 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 I'm begging of you, please don't take my man. So you got a lot of scope, and if the song's too low for you, you can just move the capo up for you girls who've got a higher voice, perhaps. All right, so we're done. So anyway, again, thank you for the channel donations and for the tea and the coffee. If I start putting on weight, by the way, it's your fault. All right. What are we going to do on Wednesday? Don't know yet. Have a think. I didn't do a tutorial on Wednesday. I had that little guitar that one of my good friends, Steve, sent me from the US, and I was that chuffed with it. I demonstrated that. Go and have a look at it. It's a good little vid. But on that note, I'm going to leave you. The sun is really shining, and I want to cut the grass. So I shall see you on Wednesday if you're around. Take care. Share the hell out of this stuff, by the way. As I said, it's all mine. It's all free. You do what you want with it. All right? You take care. Bye-bye.